Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh to our honorable judges, teachers and fellow friends. Warm greeting to every one of you. Before I begin with my book, let me briefly introduce myself to you. My name is Nurin Alia Maisarah binti Mustafa Kamal. I am from SMK Pekulajaya and I am 60 years old. Today, I'm going to share with you about an interesting book that I have read. The book that I will present today is Prince of Persia: The Sands of Time. This book is more like a fiction story and was published by Disney Press and imprint of Disney Book Group. Written by James Ponti, this book was released in May 2010 and has 184 pages. The Sands of Time opens with the prince telling an unseen character. Most people think time is like a river that flows swift, sure in one direction. This book picked to me the most because it tells a story about Prince Dastan, who was previously a young orphan boy that spent most of his childhood living on the bustling street of ancient Persia. Was then plucked from the street by the treacherous King Shahraman, the king of Persia, for the bravery and his regal heart. He was adopted and raised in nobility. Flash forward several years. 15 years later, Dastan and his royal-blooded foster brothers Ghasif and Tas lead the Persian army in attack on the sacred city of Alamut. Under the assumption the city's people are selling weapons to their enemies, as shown by Nizam, the king of brothers and advisors. As Ghasif leads the initial assault, Dastan decides to lead a surprise attack with his friend Bis against his order to his brother. He managed to open the eastern gate of Alamut and prevents further casualties. During the fight in the city, Dastan defeats one of Princess Tamina's guards who was in the possession of the mythical dagger of time. The dagger gives its owner the ability to go back in time for a short period so that the user can try to correct any mistake or redo any moment. Alamut falls to the Persian. Tamina is captured, is offered as a wife for Tas, which would make the city of Alamut a part of Persian Empire. The Persians celebrate their victory, but during the celebration, Prince Dastan is fooled into presenting a poison gown seemingly given to him by Tas to King Shahraman, which fatally burns the king. Prince Dastan is held as the perpetrator of his father's murder. He escaped the castle with the Princess Tamina while Bis, his best friend, is killed while trying to save them. Together, they embark on a journey. The prince wants to prove his innocence while Tamina wants to safeguard the dagger of time. On the first night, Tamina attempts to kill the prince and recover the dagger. The coolest part in this book is when Prince Dastan accidentally activates the dagger and learns about its ability to rewind for 1 minute, and doing so prevents Tamina from attacking. Dastan believed that Tas knew about the dagger and framed Dastan for their further murder in an attempt to seize the throne and the dagger, thus becoming the most powerful ruler of Persia. There are many things that I like about this book. I like the way author put the story together as well as how he is tell us the story from the beginning to the end. The characters in the book are interesting and full of question marks. I'm not going to tell you how's the end of the story and it sound like, but yeah, it's really satisfied me a lot. The story was interesting because it has a lot of action. For a book that has been adapted from video game and movie, it contains a nice color illustration, a great explanation for the characters, and also the plot. Overall, The Prince of Persia is about timeless love story. In conclusion, I have to admit to you that this book truly has great expectation to each and every one of us. It is easy to understand and has interesting story plots such as excellent adventure with a good plot, exciting action, and romance. The problem in this story is exciting and unpredictable. As a reader, it gives me many emotions. The author used descriptive language that is fun to read. In addition to other underlying important things that are found in the book, I greatly encourage and recommend this book to young teens. Thank you for listening, and I wish you all the best as you make attempt to reading this book. Thank you.